Today has been such an insane day already, filled with tons of new news and leaks and rumors and all that good stuff. But we have one more banger to get to for you today. We now know where Fudge is going to be playing during the 2025 season. This is according to LEC WOOLOO himself. He told me that Fudge is headed to Shopify Rebellions for the 2025 season to be their new top laner. Obviously, we did see Fudge out of the LCS for a little bit, but now it does seem like he will be coming back, which is going to be very, very exciting because at his best, Fudge can be one of the best players, not just top laner, but one of the best players in the entire league. But we're going to be getting into that and much more in this video today. Of course, as always, our offseason coverage is powered by Holy. Make sure you guys check out that first link in the description below. Use discount code SE5 to get a nice little discount on Holy. They are great tasting energy drinks that are healthier than the competition. That sounds great to me. I actually ordered some myself. You guys should go order yours today. Thank you so much to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video today. Here is obviously who we are talking about, Fudge. Now, we last saw Fudge in the spring split of the LCS in 2024 for Cloud9 before he ultimately got benched for Thanatos up in the top lane for Cloud9. Obviously, Thanatos was this really, really hyped up, insane Korean prospect. Cloud9 needed to make some changes. They needed to try and level up their super team to the next level. Fudge, like I said, at his best, he can be the best top laner in the LCS. He can be one of the best players really in the West, but he's a little bit inconsistent. His best form and his worst form are very far apart from each other. So yeah, Fudge has been obviously with Cloud9 for a long time, and he's been through many different iterations of that Cloud9 roster, but now he is going to be starting a new chapter of his career. Here is some of the stuff that I heard from LEC WOOLOO. He says Fudge is set to join Shopify Rebellion in the LCS per sources of Sheep Esports. On October 1st, we did find out that, we'll talk about this in a second as well, Shopify announced the departure of Fate God, their starting top laner, which obviously meant they had a top lane position that needed to be filled. Then Sheep Esports later reported, this came from LCS EV, I think I have it pulled up right here, that Shopify Rebellion was going to be parting ways with Zazel and Buggy as well. So this was like a full kind of rebuild for Shopify Rebellions in a big way, which was kind of necessary. I mean, hey, this team went 4-12 during the LCS summer split. They needed to make some changes. Obviously, they would have loved, I'm sure, to keep Buggy, as he was the second best jungler according to our Sheep Esports rankings and overall the 7th best player in the LCS. And again, that's while being on one of the worst teams in the LCS, which is definitely going to hurt your overall performance, hurt your overall stats, because League's a team game, League's a snowballing game, all this different stuff. So I'm sure the stats don't even totally do justice for Buggy. He was definitely one of the best players in the LCS and would have been a great piece moving forward for them. But according to this article we got from LCS EV, it says that Buggy is going to be fulfilling his mandatory military service. So that is a very, very unfortunate thing there. Obviously, I don't know if we would have stayed with Shopify Rebellion anyway or whatever. But yeah, there's a ton of moving parts, a ton of availability open with this roster. And again, Fudge is getting his opportunity to go back and get a starting position. Obviously, since 2020, Fudge has exclusively played under the Cloud9 banner, first in Academy, then starting in LCS, then he eventually got replaced. In SR's debut in the LCS, they managed back-to-back 7th place finishes, narrowly missing out on the playoffs both times. The team rallied in the later half of the summer split after Buggy returned to the roster from a coaching stint. B-Boy earned a place on the All-Pro first team in spring, but wasn't able to match that performance in summer. So building on its success for 2024, Fudge is the first new piece of their 2025 roster. The organization is looking to bring together stronger players in hopes of competing at the top next year. And as the team finalizes its decisions, Sheep Esports is going to continue to report on any changes. So this is a very, very big and exciting pickup. Fudge is a piece that you can absolutely build a very successful team around, and is a very, very nice piece. Fudge is a winner. He's a guy who is very competitive, and he's a guy who, like I said, at his best can be very, very, very strong, and was even good during the LCS spring split. You know, it's not like Fudge wasn't good enough to play for many teams. C9 just wanted to go in a different direction. C9 just had different hopes and aspirations and stuff, and wanted to try and keep things to rest and make a change. Again, last time we saw Fudge, our Sheep Esports ranking had him ranked as the 3rd best top laner in the LCS. Now, I'm sure Fudge wants even better for himself, and hopefully this will be a reignition with him kind of getting benched and having to sit out and all this stuff. It could hopefully be very, very exciting. But yeah, it is obviously going to matter a lot who they shape around him. But having Fudge as your first player, also having him as a resident player, leaving open a ton of import slots and all this different stuff, is going to be very, very, very exciting. And me just being a fan of League of Legends. Fudge is a great personality. He gives great interviews. He gives great clips. He trash talks. He plays aggressive. He does all the stuff you want a professional player to do. So having him back in the LCS is going to be very exciting. Now, obviously, there's a ton of question marks left to fill in the rest of this roster to figure out what exactly is going on. So we're going to be getting joined by LEC WOOLOO once again here to see if he has any more information for us on the rest of this roster. All right, so here we have Mr. WOOLOO once again. So we have locked in Fudge into the top lane. What can you tell us about the rest of the Shopify Rebellion roster?
Yes, hello guys. Well, there is not so much to say yet because Fudge is the first player that they lock, but I can definitely say that they are keeping the ADC, Bivoy, which will be the only player staying on the roster. However, as I believe it can be seen with Fudge because I believe it's a good pickup for Shopify. Shopify seem to have higher ambitions going into next year because, for example, in the mid lane, they are targeting Jojopion. Now, be careful. At this time, Jojo is only a consideration. Jojo has interest from a lot of other teams. So not sure how likely it is to happen. But yeah, Shopify is definitely considering more experienced or talented players in other roles. So really I'm really looking forward to what they can pull off alongside Fudge and Beaver, who I believe was a decent ADC in the LCS.
Yeah, no, that's definitely very exciting news. Obviously, fans always get excited when some teams actually seem like they're trying in the offseason. And of course, that Jojopion little tidbit there is going to be a banger for a lot of people, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. But again, be careful. That's not done. Fudge is done. There is a verbal agreement. He will be signed to the team. Jojo is only a consideration. It's still possible that they import a player in the mid lane, but they could also go for an import in the support position. They are actually, I can say, looking at players from the LEC as well that played in the LEC this year. So yeah, will be really interesting to see what they do.
All right, man. Sounds nice and spicy. Thanks for your time.
Yes, thanks to you.
So that was obviously some very cool insight that we got from LEC WOOLOO there, not only about Fudge to Shopify Rebellion, but to some other opportunities they potentially have coming to the team as well, which is very, very cool and exciting to see. And obviously, the only place you're going to be able to find insight like that from LEC WOOLOO himself is right here on the Sheep Esports YouTube channel. All offseason long, we are going to be trying to bring you guys the best stories, the latest breaking news here on YouTube before you can find it anywhere else, even before we post our own articles and everything like that ourselves. I love that he threw in the little tidbit about Shopify Rebellion being interested in Jojopion, looking at some other options, maybe looking at imports. I love that Shopify Rebellion is motivated and is not okay with the finishes, I guess, really, that they had in 2024 and wants better for themselves in 2025, because that is how the West is going to get further along as a region if their teams are competitive and do not accept last place finishes or second to last place finishes or just kind of underperforming. So they have a very, very nice core in place with Bvoy and with Fudge. And if they can make some other big splashes in the offseason, round out that roster, it's going to be very, very exciting. But definitely stay tuned for more. I'm sure there's going to be some big news coming very, very soon. Of course, like I said, first link in the description below. Check out Holy. Use that discount code SE5. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.